Welcome to the Lesson of the Week with yours truly, Sean Thunder Wallace. I'm a performer, composer, and professor of music at The Ohio State University. This weekly program is designed to inspire and inform the serious music student. We're all students here, so join me on the path of discovery as we learn together.
Yeah. Yep, that works.
We're learning that as an altered pattern.
It's a whole tone pattern.
It's a whole thing.
Well, it's kind of an augmented pattern actually, because
Yeah.
you don't play it you're not playing every transposition of it. If I play then it sounds more like it's whole tone. If I play it with the major thirds apart, then it sounds more like a augmented, although some of the notes aren't in the augmented scale. This pattern is an augmented pattern, but all of the notes are in the augmented scale. All of those notes are in the augmented scale, so it sounds a little different. It sounds more like there's something else about it.
Yeah.
But the other thing definitely still works.
Alright.
It still works. But maybe a more appropriate place to play it, instead of starting on G, you start on A. Trying to find some different ways to, I can play the pattern. You should be able to play the pattern on wherever you want to be able to play it. The dominant chords, then you should be able to play the different keys, right? Yeah. But then you should also be able to, or like this, which is like the 2-5 thing, right? And then this is like, that's right. And that goes to that key. You should be able to play it there, but then you should be able to play something that comes off of that kind of has the same shape, but that can fit, other chords. So like if I was that's also one of the ways that you can help to prevent your playing from sounding like you're just regurgitating patterns, like you're just playing patterns. Now check it out. A lot of times, the first several times you play a pattern, it might sound like it's just regurgitated. Yeah. That's the risk of learning, is that you'll sound like at some point of the learning process, you'll sound like you're not an expert, but you're trying to become an expert, so you have to still talk about it. Yeah. You still have to expose your ignorance, because if you're not willing to do that, you're not going to learn anything. So so there is that whole thing about you know you know playing something and it's sounding a little more contrived than you want it to, but sticking with it. And then, like I'm saying, that's something that you can do to take that pattern that you were playing, or whatever the pattern was, and turn it into something that just feels a lot more organic, because it's not like I have to just play it there. I can play other versions of it in other places, which just, it's like a conversation. You're talking to somebody. You want the conversation to, one way that you can converse with a person so that it feels more natural, feels more like you're connecting, is, I'm going to take interest in what you're saying, and one way I can prove that is I can draw a comparison to something else. And then it's like, once people hear that, it's like, oh yeah, this cat really knows what I'm talking about, because he can see that this stuff is like the same stuff. He knows what I'm saying. So that's one way, when you're communicating with someone, that you can really connect and make sure that you're on the same page, is by drawing those comparisons. That's why analogies are so effective. It's very effective because it's connecting things together. Well, that's what you want to try to do with the music. Whenever you learn a pattern, learn the pattern in different, learn it all kinds of different ways. Learn the pattern so that you can play the pattern in different kind of chord changes, or at least the shape that's in the pattern, so that you can continue that on. And that's a really good modern improvisation technique, is to use those shapes, to improvise with shapes as opposed to with vocabulary. A lot of real killing modern players that are using that stuff as a very prominent part of their improvisation.